This week I've been family testing the updated Volkswagen Touareg 210 TDI Elegance with my family of three. This large SUV competes against European rivals like the BMW X5, Audi Q7 and the Volvo XC90. The Touareg maintains its smart styling, but there have been some changes for the updated model, and in this video I'm going to show you what they are. There are 4 variants for the Touareg lineup with the release of the new R plug-in hybrid variant, but the model on test here is the mid-spec 210 TDI Elegance, which is priced from $99,990 before on-road costs. Volkswagen has lowered the price across all Touareg models, with the Elegance actually being just over $8,000 cheaper than before. And compared to its rivals, it's definitely the most affordable and you don't miss out on any features. Some standard equipment for the 210 TDI Elegance includes heated and cooled front seats with massage function, and the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay has wireless connectivity now. But the full specs are in my detailed written review at carsguide.com.au if you need more info. Not a lot has changed for the Touareg's external styling. It's still big, still handsome, and still has the classic VW pleating across the paneling. What is new though are these IQ Matrix LED headlights, as well as a long light strip across the rear and an illuminated badge which looks very cool at nighttime. The interior has seen most of the updates, with a dual screen setup that now houses a huge 15-inch touchscreen multimedia system and a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that now features new graphics. I like how well integrated this setup looks with the rest of the dash. It just flows beautifully. Our test model has the optional two-tone grey leather seats, which add some flair. The overall finishes look high-end with the large air vents, curved padded panels, as well as leather styling. This is 100% luxury. The cabin inside reflects that this is a big car. I have stacks of head and leg room. The seats offer 18-way adjustments, including side, lumbar, and under thigh supports, and they're ridiculously comfortable for a long journey. Individual storage is really good for the class, and there's heaps of little cubbies to store your bits and pieces. I like that you get a ventilated glove box in this as well, and there's a dedicated phone storage area that houses the wireless charging pad. Other charging options include 3 USB-C ports and a 12-volt socket. The multimedia system is one that you won't be using on the go until you get used to it because there's a lot happening in it, but I like all the customizations available. And like I mentioned earlier, you now get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great, and I also like that you get sat-nav in this model. I have plenty of room behind my driving position, and taller families are going to love the head and legroom you get in this back seat. The seat itself is well padded and wide, which is great, and I think adults are going to be very comfortable in a long journey. The amenities are good in this row. You get directional air vents, 2 USB-C ports, a 12-volt socket, and my son's personal favorite, retractable sun blinds. I also really like the practicality of the hardened kick plates, especially when you have a wildling child like I do. There's ample storage back here with mat pocket storage bins, as well as 3 cup holders in the fold-down armrest. They are rather annoyingly positioned in the middle of the armrest, but it's great having them regardless. This row has ISOFIX child seat mounts on the outboard seats plus 3 top tethers, and I do think this seat is wide enough to accommodate 3 child seats. With all rows in use, you get 810 litres of luggage capacity, but you can pop that up to 1800 litres if you fold the rear seats. The rear seat also has a 40-20-40 split, which opens up storage options, and I like that you have multiple luggage nets, a cargo cover, and a 12-volt socket back here too. Underneath the level loading space, you get a collapsible spare tyre as well as a compressor kit, and I always love having a powered tailgate, which this model has. The 210 TDI Elegance is an all-wheel drive and has a powerful 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine, which produces 210 kilowatts of power and 600 newton meters of torque. It can do 0 to 100 kilometer sprint in 6 seconds and has a seamless 8-speed automatic transmission. And adventuring enthusiasts will be very happy to know that this has a 3.5-ton brake towing capacity. Accelerating smoothly or quickly in this produces the same result: effortless and assured power delivery. And even though this is really big SUV, it never feels cumbersome, which is great. The suspension is delightfully smooth but not floaty. So you still get a bit of road feedback so you know what's happening, but everything's really ironed out. And I was actually really surprised that after quite a long journey in this, I didn't have any fatigue, which is very unusual. Steering feels really well adapted. It's quick-witted in the city when you need to do quick maneuvers, but really cruisy when you're on the open road. Cabin noise is whisper quiet. You get pretty much no engine, wind, or road noise in this one, and it just makes it feel quite elegant and refined with the driving experience. The high ride and large windows means that visibility has been excellent this week, which I always like when you're in a large SUV. Despite this being so large, it's really Westfield friendly because it's got an adaptive 360-degree view camera system. And that just means that when you turn the wheel, the camera angle changes as well. So it's super easy to slide in and out of a car park. And I like how clear and large the screen is that displays the camera system because there's no missing anything that's on it. Very easy to park. The official combined fuel cycle figure is a low 7.4 litres per 100 kilometres. My real world usage came out at 8.4 litres, and that's after doing quite a lot of open road driving with a little bit of urban mixed in. I'm really happy with how efficient it's been. Based on the official combined fuel cycle and the large 90-litre fuel tank, you can expect a theoretical driving range of up to 1,216 kilometres, which is awesome for people who like to do road trips. The Touareg has a 5-star ANCAP safety rating from testing done in 2018 and has a long safety features list. It has 8 airbags, including side chest airbags in the back row, and it's usual to only see those in the front, so that's really good for a family car. I also like that you get front and rear cross traffic alert, but the full safety specs are in my detailed written review at carsguide.com.au if you need more info. The Touareg comes with a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty, which is a normal term for the class, and you can pre-purchase either a 3 or 5-year servicing plan. On the 5-year plan, services average $700, which is cheaper than the pay-as-you-go option and not outrageous for the segment. Servicing intervals are also reasonable at every 12 months or 15,000 kilometres, whichever occurs first. The Volkswagen Touareg 210 TDI Elegance is aptly named. This is a handsome car inside and out, has a bunch of luxury features, and offers true practicality for families. I really like how this handles and that it's reasonably priced for the segment. You just don't miss out on this one. So it gets a 9.3 out of 10 from me. My son didn't really spend a lot of time in this one, but did like how fancy it looked and how much room he had in the back seat. So he gives it a 9 out of 10. If you're after more details, check out the full review at carsguide.com.au, and I'll see you next week.